Hey people, intro here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team, couple of Eldar fellas. First up, K.A.F as a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat with some powerful disruption and support, alongside the King of Pythons as a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing some powerful control, and rounding off the blue team, Big Mathis as a big old Hive Tyrant, a durable hero walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support, begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Alvarez. For the red team, two Space Marine players. This is Crysis as a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero with powerful offense and support, Blood Ravens in play. And we have the line guy, also rocking some Blood Ravens with a Techmarine. Starts off in ranged combat, can get a melee loadout, supports with structures and repairs, and alongside, rounding off the teams, Alexandro's Plague Champion. Starts off the damage over time bolt gun, can get a melee loadout, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can repair your stuff too, and this is the Cogs of Vashtor. Awesome elite scheme. In the mid then, bunch of Eldar shenanigans. Looks like double Howling Banshees for King of Pythons. We could see a very early aggressive push from Eldar onto power, which you don't often see because they're usually not great at bashing power early on with a single Banshee and a Guardian squad. But now with three Howling Banshees in the middle soon, they could bash this power, I think. And two gens going up. I think that was a mistake from Alexandro. Banshees are right there. In fact, two squads of Banshees right there. Warp Spider Exarch and the Warlock backing them up. Warlock can run interference on those attacks. Gets a good special. Scouts coming in now. Looks like Crysis is getting double tactical marines. Those Guardians barely make it out. Plague Champion now in retreat. May need some fetid armor to control all these Banshees. The Bile Spear would be awesome too. Oh, group teleport already in play. Where's he teleporting to? The other power. Takes a while to trigger. Yes, they've gone to the southeast power now to bash it using the group teleport. That's the earliest usage of group teleport I think I've ever seen in a match. This is going to be line guy, the Techmarine, to try and defend this power bash. Looks like one gen's going to go down at least. Maybe that Warp Spider should be tying up those Marines over there in melee. Are those Banshees alright? A single model. They are going to get away okay. A full bash on both of the powers, I think, although, well, not the node. The node remains. Here comes the Hive Tyrant. Alvarez with double Hormagaunts, Termagants, and a Warrior Brood on the field. That Warrior Brood also provides a basic synapse. Hive Tyrant tying up that Techmarine who flees. Plague Champion's in here too. No war gear yet. What's he spent on? Oh, he's gone for Raptors. That's an interesting choice against triple Howling Banshees and a Warlock. And double Hormagaunts. It's a lot of melee stuff. Usually you pick a jump squad when there's a large amount of ranged units to jump on. Bit different perhaps for an assault squad who are a bit tougher than Raptors and can be supported by an apothecary and stuff. And actually be used to counter melee squads if you get the jump and then use purification rites and stuff. And there is an assault squad here for line guide, a Techmarine, and one on the way for Cry. Shurikens of both of the Eldar players in the mid. Red VP though, Banshees have found some Marines and makes them all flee, look. Double Guardians with battle equipment as well for K.A.F. Any aspects for these fellas? Nope. Don't see any other war gear yet. Oh, we do see fetid armor for the Plague Champion with the awesome Unholy Stench. Help control these Banshees with some suppression. They found the Raptors. Typically not a good fight for Raptors, Howling Banshees, but they had a large amount of backup there. Raptors have 350 hit points of heavy infantry armor and 30 DPS melee. The power source of the Howling Banshees will slice them up quite nicely typically. Warlock flees, but he's alright. Red team can retake the mid 4-5-6 to 4-3-9 very early on. Was this another group teleport over here? Maybe. Warp Spiders doesn't have his energy, so maybe it was. And we have improved targeters on the field now. More weapon range, more weapon damage. Awesome accessory war gear, I think. Assault squad get the jump, which disrupts the Banshees, and there's the washout. They use it to escape. Aspect of fleetness and aspect of fleetness. So there's going to be many, many power swords. Oh, Blight Grenade. Hits those Banshees. Did it? I don't think it did. They didn't get infected. Either way, they do get out. Hive Tyrant on the front lines. Charges through with extended carapace onto the Devastators. Needs to be careful. Needs to judge this right, Big Mathis. Gets a good special. Did he retreat in time? Looks like it. Looks like it was well judged and does have the Barbed Strangle hit. Assault Squad, that'll be a prime target for the Assault Squad. Tie those guys up. Double Hormagaunts are there, of course, to counter-initiate. Meanwhile, northwest of the map, Merciless Witchblade in play, is it? Warlock's gone down anyway. And we have the Chainsword and Storm Shield of the Force Commander. Was recently nerfed, no longer gives him a health increase. But an awesome piece of war gear anyway. Warlock should get easily revived there by the Warp Spider Exarch, who's now fully kitted with the heavy gauge Death Spinner in. And should level off this revive, right? Maybe, he's not doing it. A misclick, perhaps. I thought he was going to try and group teleport the corpse there. I don't know if that would work. I assume not, but you never know. There's some weird stuff in this game. Looks like he's getting ready for a group teleport there, though. Yep, there it goes. I don't think it has a marker where it's going to appear, right? It just takes a long time, but you don't know where it's going to happen. There we go. Getting into a flanking position and also in a position to maybe touch the power. Some units coming the other direction, though. Raptors getting sliced up. Heretics maybe saved them a bit with that Doom Blast. May have saved one of those models. Grenade. Shuriken gets out of there. Double Banshee still in play. The Warlock can get some powerful support war gear, so we may see some of that. Oh, here comes Champion's Robe. 403 to 439. Banshees. Oh, the Banshees didn't make it out. King of Pythons drops one. Warlock back onto the field now. This gives him a shield, so he becomes more durable in combat. More sustainable. Level 2 Warp Spider Exarch is persuaded to leave. Didn't cap the VP. There's that awesome knockback on the Merciless Witchblade's ranged attack. That's crazy. They actually killed a Tactical Marine there. Do they get onto the power? Is anyone going to cap? Nobody wants to cap. They really want to pressure this power against two Space Marine players, I guess. Assault Squad jump. Those guys are really low, though. And a Raptor jump. Those guys suppress when they land with a blaring cacophony effect. Look at that knockback. 3 heretics sent flying by the Merciless Witchblade. 403 to 439 on the VP's players going into tier 2s. Did these guys? Yeah, they did get advanced targeting. And the Techmarine did get Mastercrafted Bolter and Bionics. Some power bashing Tyranids. These guys both get adrenal glands. Yes, they did. And there's that extended carapace. Decent shot there by the Barbed Strangle. They didn't suppress the Plague Champion, though. Is he looking for a grenade? What is he up to? Crippling poison in there. There's the grenade. Lights the ground, but not any of the units. Alvarez, the Hive Tyrant, has to flee. Are they going for a power bash here? There's 2 players on the south side for the red team. Looks like Alexandro is splitting. Keeps his Chaos Space Marines on the south side. Plague Champion goes mid. Those CSM do have a ton of war. Plague Champion turns around now. There's some Nurgle worship for health regen. They want to bash this power fully, I think. And it's a good time to do it. If you can bash power right at the start of tier 2, you can really throw your opponent's plans all over the place. Oh, Force Commander's got Thunderhammer out. And there's Artificer Armor 2. Heavy Gauge. Filament for the stun. Such an awesome control ability. Just takes that enemy hero out of the fight for a while. Autarch on the field. There's that leap that heals nearby allies and also buffs their weapons. Banshee's benefiting massively from that. She also grants a passive damage resistance aura. Big help for those Howling Banshees, of course. Is King of Pythons going to replace those Banshees. Those are the Raptors down. I think the Warlock got the last hit. I think those guys were not a great choice by Alexandro. Unless you plan to heavily make use of Touch of Nurgle with them, maybe. Red team really labouring this power bash, aren't they? They are also decapping. Autark has her spear, which is a power weapon. And we got some Chosen Plague Marines on the field for Alexandro. Chosen Plague Marines set to be nerfed slightly in the upcoming update. Health reduced a little bit, I believe. 306 to 439 on the VP. Zone Thrope in play for Big Mathis. Kind of a floating artillery creature that provides some health regen synapse. Chosen Plague Marines, you're okay, fellas? One of them's exploding. They do heal the other models when they explode, which is quite handy. There's Heavy Gauge, and now they run. And that's a big old retreat for them. They got to run a ways. Picking up the slack is the Plague Champion, and some also some Marines and the Librarians in there. Good special. Tax level up to 2 with their Sergeant and Plasma Gun. I hear Banshee's war shouting, but who is it? I think it was these in the north. Warlock with his very, very fancy special attack. I think it does two hits when he does that 12, which is awesome. Nice little touch. It's like one initially and then one at the end. Oh, look at this. A heavy bolter turret from Alexandro. The Plague Champion's turret has a wider firing arc than the Techmarine's Tarantula turret. I don't think it does as much damage yet. Easily countered by a group teleport, I was just about to say. Down goes the turret. Levels up the Banshees. You see that blue aura there? That's from the Autark's passive. Very handy for those Banshees. Can they finish off that Techmarine? They can. He got stabbed pretty good and kicked and shot. 282 to 439. But look at the northwest. Red team are not sitting on the laurels. They are pushing the power too. That was fully bashed in terms of gens. Pause, Commander, you okay, bud? Some power melee kicks as they went by. You've got swords, ladies. Use them. Why are you kicking stuff? They don't have power melee boots today. I guess they do in this game. Level 2 Howling Banshees here, and KAFs are still level 1. Double Zone Thrope save for Big Mathis. Not something you see much of these days, and a Tyrant Guard out too. Big tier 2 for Big Mathis. 264 to 439. May be a while until we see a Carnifex then. Warlock's capping mid. Trying to steal that northern power. Wraith Guard on the field for K.A.F. King of Pythons looking quite depleted. I think he's having to reinforce a lot of stuff each time he fights. Banshee's yelling. It was King of Pythons, I think. Level 3 Plague Champion has to flee. Didn't use Unholy Stench. Maybe it was used, but didn't seem to save him. Chosen Plague Marines in there. They got those damage over time knives. And there's Nurgle's Rot to try and get some zombies. They also passively damage nearby enemies just through their sheer presence. They are stinky boys. And look at all those zombies. Those Howling Banshee zombies. They're going to get away even. 8 hit points, 7. Assault Squad going for the finish, are they? 6 hit points. They couldn't quite do it, but they can now decap the VP, I guess. So KAF is alone out in the field here. Needs to be careful. Looks like he's mostly fighting one player, though. Alexandro with the Chaos Predator on the way. Wraith Guard trying to get some shots with those big old Wraith Cannons. You can tear apart anything. And they suppress infantry when they hit. Look at this Force Commander go. Teleporter pack in. Over halfway through level 4. Goes straight for the Zone Thrope, that teleporter. And look at the damage that hit did. Don't have a lot of hit points, these guys. They do have a shield, though. Tyrant Guard coming through. And the Hive Tyrant with Crushing Claws now for Alvarez. Still level 1, though, this guy. That gave him a good chunk of XP. Just took down the Force Commander. The double attacks are staying in with their sergeants. They got any weapons? No special weapons on those fellas. Oh, well, there's a drop pod. A reinforcing drop pod, I guess. Oh no, that was Stern Guard. Stern Guard came in for the Techmarine. 2-1 for the blue. The tank does not have a mark. Just needs to park on the mid and shoot stuff, I guess. Librarian using Gate of Infinity to save those Marines. So they're staying in play, though. Tyrant Guard doing some good work here. Almost wiping out those Assault Marines. One single fella gets away, look. Light Grenade. Can it finish off those Guardians with some help? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're going to get away. Chosen Plague Marines now crowding around the Warlock. Chopping him up good. Damage over time stacks going. He's going to die, I think. Oh, maybe not. I think he had, like... Yeah, he still went down. I think he tried to throw the shield up at the end to save him from some retreat hits, and it almost worked. Plague Champion now has the Plague Fist. Heavy melee weapon with the awesome Pestilence Strike, which can really help you when you're capping stuff. Level 5 Warp Spider Exarch here now. Can the blue team retain the central VP? Ortox fighting a Plague Champion. Not a great fight for her. He's level 4 and has fetid armor. Is he going to hit level 5? Ortox gets away. I think so. Yep. She's made it. There's a Bright Lance that's there to counter the Chaos Predator, which is now getting the Mark of Nurgle. Going to make it a very tough tank. In the south side, we have Death. Force Commander and Techmarine still down there. Can the Plague Champion get some revivings? Would really help his team out. 264 to 302. King of Pythons. Now he could go for Seer Council and Avatar, try and get both of those up and have a really dangerous melee blob going with all the stacking buffs and stuff. Terminators are in for Crysis, but they are not Assault Terminators. Gone for the regular fellas with Power Fists and Storm Bolters, and they are Power Fisting those Banshees pretty good. Inspirations on kill, taking a lot of damage while they do it though, and more Banshees coming in now. They're going to need to teleport. There we go. Is line guy paying attention? Oh, the Librarian's right here anyway. Might need to retreat that Librarian and then use the gate. They're trying to support those Terminators now. Light Grenade throw is pretty good. Really good Light Grenade throw. Sent all those guys running. Plague Champion, we don't have a indicator for him anymore, so it can be difficult to pick him out. Hive Tyrant now flees. Got the Warp Field up. More sustainability in the field. Now it's up to the Tyrant Guard to try and defend, but those are Vanguard veterans with power weapons, so they're a much bigger threat to the Tyrant Guard than regular Assault Marines would be. I still imagine he wins that fight, but I'm not sure. I think he would. Warlock again finds himself fighting some Chosen Plague Marines, some Heretics in there too. He's going to go down again. Down he goes. It's a Fire Prism for King of Pythons. Good shout, I think. Okay, the Hive Tyrant's back, and he's got another Tyrant Guard. He's still in tier 2 here, Big Mathis. Vanguard Veterans, that was a really risky jump, fellas. What are you up to? Somehow 3 models still is what they're up to. Okay, there goes the one. Down to 2 models. Force Barrier. Doing Force Barrier things. Tank is really far forward, but I think it's safe-ish. There is a Venom Brood in there somewhere. Yep, down there. Those guys with Venom Cannons will threaten the tank. Looks like mid is turning red. Warp Spider Exarch is down. Sneaky Scouts looking for a grenade. Maybe. Well, they found some Banshees. They did not grenade. They're trying to melee stuff, I think, a bit. Force Commander back out onto the field. Level 5. Lost the indicator for him. 257 to 238. 2-1 cap for the red team. Terminator's up now for both players. These are the Techmarines teleporting away from the Tyrant Guard. Still 2 of them on the field here. Awesome. Used to get some capillary towers around here. I mean, non-scenery capillary towers that can buff those Tyrant Guards' movement up a bit and help them out in general. Blue team sitting pretty on the mid. Warlock getting revive. And there's that fire prism. Long range fire support for the Eldar that can disrupt infantry. Tyrant Guard able to shrug off those storm bolters in shield wall mode. Get some health regen and some nice vehicle armor. Almost level 3 is Alvarez. Can he kill a Terminator? That will certainly level him up. Stern Guards say no. He's gone for the Force Commander now. Might be able to get him actually. Heavy gauge. Oh, he runs. Couldn't get it. But he'll still get some XP if they can bring down the Force Commander. Which they can't. 256 to 209. Red team are flooding the mid. D cannons in play for King of Pythons. I was really expecting a massive melee army, but he's pivoted into Fire Prism and D cannon. These are K.A.F's. Howling Banshees doing work. Level 3. Grenade. Hit something. Blastmaster Noise Marines hanging out in the mid too. What level are the Chosen Plague Marines? They are level 3. Bloody hell. Doing some good work for Alexandro. Warlock, level 6. Certainly been in the wars, but he's been an effective frontline combatant. Can't deny that. Maybe we'll see some warp throws later on as well to chuck stuff off caps and stuff. Avatar of Cain on the field for K.A.F. Uh-oh. Zombie Banshees. The Warlock's attacking that one, apparently. They do get away. And there's that Avatar super unit for Eldar. Provides huge buffs to surrounding infantry. And is a pretty powerful combatant, too. This is looking pretty good for a Wailing Doom. Here we go. Decent hits. The Scout's almost wiped there. Force Commander goes after him. 256 to 154 on the VPs. They should be using Vengeance rounds against the Tyrant Guards, not Kraken Bolts. But I think the Kraken Bolts are there to shoot the Hive Tyrant. He's just a bit too far away at the moment. 1-to-1 cap on the VPs. Big Mathis. Oh, he just goes tier 3. I was going to say he's still tier 2. Has started the tier 3 process. We have potentially 2 Eldritch Storms that can come in here and stop some caps if needed. There's the charge. It's a good charge. Look at that disruption. Vanguard veterans jumped over him, and now they're fighting Tyrant Guards. Warrior Brood in a bit of trouble. Didn't drop a model though. Tyrant Guards having to back off. They're getting shot at by plasma guns. And now the Vengeance rounds are in, which are good against super heavy infantry, such as these Tyrant Guards have. There's the base. Can it save them? You've got a shield wall or charge, buddy. It's going to go down. I guess they were not available because of energy or cooldown. Took out one, but they've done a great job for Big Mathis. Seer Council on the way now for K.A.F. What's going on in the mid? Terminator's getting chased. They have an assault cannon. And that tank is getting messed up by the fire prism. Look at that. Needs some repairs. Heretics are now repairing. And the Terminators did survive. 232 to 148. Big Mathis. Is that a new Venom Brood? I don't think so, no. Oh, they have Death Spitters now. Very effective against enemy heavy and super heavy infantry. Red team still really far forward in the southwest here. Got the decap. And these Terminators get away now. And the Techmarine still in there. What was he up to? I think he was trying to powerful sweep some stuff. Can't powerful sweep the Tyrant Guard, that's for sure. I think he was trying to knock down the Warrior Brood. Terminator's backing away. The Librarian can save them if needed, I think. Red team sweeping through the mid. Avatar probably needs to heal up. It looks like a nuke went off here, look. From Alexandro. I don't think the blue team lost any squads. Maybe. Double Eldritch Storm. Oh my good grief. That was a crazy double nuke. Each storm kind of pulled them into the other. Poor Marines. Try this crisis down to tactical Marines and a single Terminator model now. Where's the Force Commander? Force Commander's chucked around there. That was incredibly painful and effective. Level 3 Pred. Warlock's going after it. She only has a power weapon though. Some Chaos Terminators in there. With claws. Suddenly a very bad fight for the Howling Banshees. That demoralization on kill there. See, the Council still in play. With their fancy spears. Barely got out of it though. Yeah, they need to be very careful about the lightning claws. That Terminator did survive. Needs to reinforce though. Maybe Cry's going to get a Land Raider now. I mean, Land Raider against double Eldar. But he knows that storms have just been used, so maybe he'll go for it. Alvarez, you okay, bud? He is level 3 and he's getting away. 225 to 88 on the VPs. Can the blue team keep the pressure up? And can the red team recover from that awful storm they experienced? Oh, Crisis got some more Terminators. It's going to have some powerful ranged fire. The wall of Storm Bolters, and the Techmarine now has a plasma gun. And there's a revive. That's going to get him to level 5. Force Commander back to his feet. Tyranids backing off the scary Storm Bolters. Double Zone Threats are still up, look at that. Doing some really good work. 2-1 for the red team, but can they withstand this push? They have 3 Terminators in play. A Nurgle tank. Oh, 4 including the Chaos fellas. And there's a Nurgle Shrine, look. That it needs to be worshipped or these guys can't reinforce. Heretics, I think, yeah, they're on it now. They're worshipping it now. So they can reinforce. Fire Prism is targeting it though. Plague Champion's going to try and get after it with his Plague Fist. He's not very good at chasing vehicles, but he can make it move. Big Mathis pushing up this southern corridor of the mid. Force Barrier has no effect on the Tyrant Guard. 2 avatars in the middle now. Do they have enough plasma and melter damage to deal with these avatars? I don't think they do right now. The Tax have a plasma gun, and so did the Techmarine. Oh, and these Taxes do as well, and they have the Stern Guard. So maybe they can put pressure on. Wailing Doom. Gonna wipe out the Shrine. Heretics somehow survived it. 2-1-3 to 53. 2-1 for blue. Chaos Terminators in the backline just deleting things. That Bright Lance somehow survived though. Having to teleport out. That was pretty good use of those I think though. Maybe could have just gone after the Avatar with them. Can they deal with them? I think with everything together, especially if those Chaos Terminators help out, they can really pressure those Avatars. Banshees in there. Level 4 Banshees with Autarch buffs. Doing some really good work, but now the Chaos Terminators have shown up. And it's time to leave. Chaos Terminators are getting quite low though. Noxious Cloud thrown in by Alexandro. Down to 23 VPs, the red team. Desperation here. Chaos Terminators have to go for the decap, even though they're really damaged. Assault Squad. Sorry, Vanguard Veterans going to take over the cap. Oh no, they're not. They're running. Decap is in though. 1-1, 2-1-3-14. They have to try and dig in and stay here, even though these fights aren't ideal with the Banshees and stuff, and the Seer Council now. They've got to try and dig in with their Power Fists and do some work, those Terminators. And they're taking so much damage, though. One of them having to teleport out. But they're doing all right. They're doing okay. Those guys also teleporting out. And here come the Tyranids. And here comes Alvarez. Charging through, knocking back even Terminators. Electroshock grubs attaching to the tank there. What's Alvarez going for? Alvarez is going for the Terminators. Desperation fighting here. Blue team are taking the mid now. Guardians on the cap. Alvarez off the field. Tyrant Guard is left in shield wall. Still no tier 3 stuff from Big Mathis. Meant he couldn't push super hard there. Uh-oh. Mark target on the Avatar. That's going to help deal with them. Vengeance rounds being used as well. Force Commander, level 6 with the Power Fist. What's he going to target? He could teleport on the Fire Prism. Eldritch. A few hits here and there. The tank is still surviving. Alexandro does have Heretics, but I don't know where they are. Oh, they're standing up there, look. They should be supporting that tank. They should be worshipping Nurgle, surely. Okay, now they're moving. Doom blasting the Seer Council to save the tank. It may have worked. 42 hit points, but there's the game. Red team have conceded, I believe. Just too much stuff on the blue team. Yeah, they thought they were going to lose the VP right here. Oh, there was a Carnifex. There we go. He had a Stranglethorn Cannon fella. Warlock level 7. Didn't get an accessory in the end. Level 10, Warp Spider Exarch, doing huge amounts of work. Level 4 Hive Tyrant, Alvarez with his Crushing Claws. Force Connor level 6. Oh, he did go down at the end. Not sure what killed him. Tyrant Guard looks like. Level 9 Plague Champion. Would the Bile Spewer have been better here? Because the Banshees were so dangerous. And then double Seer Council at the end as well. And a level 5 Techmarine with a Plasma Gun. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game. And I'll see ya next time.